Hello, everyone. Today, Sam Smith just released a new single called Too Good at Goodbyes off of his upcoming second studio album, which is highly anticipated. It's been 3 years since Sam Smith released In the Lonely Hour and all of the singles that spawned that were all over and played all over the place. I've got to be completely honest. I mean, I was introduced to Sam Smith through the radio, and some of his hit songs, maybe because they were so overplayed, or maybe because I only heard them when I was at work and I was never actually listening to them on my own accord, I kind of got really irritated by hearing those songs over and over again, just how, because they were so overplayed, some of them. I'm talking about Latch and Lay Me Down. There was his song Stay With Me that was played a lot. And so to this day, I still need to really check out In the Lonely Hour. There's a lot of songs on that record that I'm sure are much, much better, in my opinion, even though those are also very good songs. It was just unfortunate. I heard them through work and they were overplayed, and at the time, maybe I wasn't as interested. And so it just made me sort of like, I knew that Sam Smith was an artist that objectively I thought was good, but subjectively I wasn't as interested. But then I found out that he was gay, and I was like, oh, okay, this makes him a little bit more interesting to me. But also, I like really started to appreciate like his songwriting abilities and his voice, which is so rich and so beautiful. So I was getting very excited though to hear new material before it got, blasted all over the airwaves. This is how I'm meant to kind of listen to Sam Smith's music. So Too Good at Goodbyes is kind of what I was expecting, but also not. It's a lot mellower than some of his more sort of like vocally acrobatic tracks that he's done that I've heard from the radio. It still goes up and down, like it still showcases his voice in a very unrestrained sort of manner. But there's a softness to this song that I really appreciate because it's toned back a little bit, but it's also very kind of melancholy and reflective. This song, I really relate to the lyrics of this song because he's talking about never feeling like he can fully open up his heart to, I would presume, another boyfriend. And I can really relate to this because I don't want to get hurt. No one does. And if we've been hurt before, then we realize that we're going to shut ourselves down. And even when a situation looks so good, like this could be the guy or the girl for us, we still think, I can't get my hopes up too high. I have to prepare myself to say goodbye. I have to prepare myself for this to end, for them to ghost me, for this to just disappear out of thin air, because nothing can be that good, right? Like, that's just a fairy tale. And this song, in a realistic sort of realism, plays to a lot of people's relationships. And I think that Sam, obviously has dealt with a lot of heartache. And I really hope that, he's talked about like being gay. And I hope that his music starts to really reflect that. I hope that we get a song where he actually talks about him and he says it in the song. He doesn't like leave it up to interpretation. I hope he's more open in the future with, the fact that he is gay and he's in relationships with other men, if he does become to be. Because, we need that in pop music. We need someone who's gay who is not afraid to sing about, a guy openly. And I think that Sam Smith is definitely well deserved to be like in the position that he's in. I mean, he is so, world renowned at this point. And I think that we can only expect good things from this album because I know that there's going to be a little bit even more added maturity. There's going to be a little bit more weight to things that he's going to be addressing. I mean, he's going to really dive into some of these issues, I think, and his music is going to become that much more rich and haunting because of it. And his voice is only going to get better. To me, his voice sounds really beautiful on this song. I don't it makes me kind of hate myself for not liking some of his earlier stuff now because I'm like, well, his voice is beautiful and he's still the same guy. He still sounds the same. But I don't know, there's something I think newfound about maybe just hearing a fresh new melody and a fresh, new perspective and song from him. So I'm really excited to see what comes up from him. The album's presumably going to come out by the end of this year. So I'm really excited to hear the rest of what he's been working on. And I like that when artists take like a good 3 year, 4 year break, it means that they've really dove deep and made sure they crafted something they're truly proud of instead of rushing something. So it's exciting to see where that'll go. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you in my next review. Subscribe if you want to see more album reviews. I've got a lot of albums I want to start talking about, and more song reviews. I just want to give a shout out to Demi Lovato. She did release a beautiful new song off her new album, Tell Me More, called You Don't Do It For Me Anymore. However, I'm going to save talking about that song, although I will say that I am gushing over that song right now. Gushing over it. I'm going to save my review of that song till the end of the month when I do the full review of the full album, because it's getting close enough that I feel like I'll just save it for then. But just had to give a shout out. It's an amazing, amazing song. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.